Hello, everybody. Today is Friday, May 7th, 2021. And today is the end of a productive and good work week. And I want to give a shout out to my sister, Andrea Pelche. She did this shirt for me, this ribbon shirt. I got this shirt. I asked her to customize it for me with the yellow. Love the yellow. It's amazing. It's my color. I'm at the office right now. I just put in a day. I have men's group starting at 6 p.m. So I'm just hanging around till then. And then we're going to go meet with the men, straight up members, men. And we're going to have our men's group. So I just want to give everybody a quick view of my office. This is my beautiful painting that was made in the Sask Penitentiary. It was, yeah. So that's mine. This is my office. I have my own office here at Straight Up. Real blessed to have that. And this is me. So I just wanted to do a quick video, weekly video, I guess, check in. And it's been requested that I share this story. It's a popular story. I've told it a couple times to people in person. People enjoy it. I really enjoy it. So I will begin this story. This story is called The King and His Four Wives. All right? The King and His Four Wives. So, many, many moons ago, in a far, far away land, there existed a king. This king was exceptional. He was exquisite. He rarely left his kingdom. His kingdom was so prized by him. It was so elegant, and it took him forever to make this beautiful castle in this kingdom. He loved it so much. He rarely left his kingdom. But when he did leave, he was always sure to take his four wives with him. One day, out of nowhere, the king was stricken ill and found himself laying on his deathbed. He was scared. He was really scared. He was scared to die alone, to go to the afterlife alone. He wasn't sure what to do, so he summoned his servants. He said, "Servants, come here. Come. So the servants, they came running to his room and they said, "What is it, my lord? What is it?" And he says, "Please, quick, summon my fourth wife. Please, my fourth wife. Go get her. Tell her to come here." Now, his fourth wife, this was the wife that he loved the most. He absolutely loved her so much. He got her anything her heart desired. He got her the finest cloths and clothing from all corners of the earth. He got her jewelry, diamonds, rubies, gold, everything and anything she wanted, the best foods and everything. He spoiled her because he loved her so much. So his fourth wife, she came to him. She came to the off to his she came to his room. Yeah. Okay, see you. She came to his room and she said, "What is it, my king? What is it?" He was laying on his bed and he's drawing air. "My fourth wife, whom I love the most. I am about to die, and I'm scared to go to the afterlife alone. Will you accompany me to the afterlife?" The fourth wife, she took a moment. She thought, and then she replied, "I'm sorry, my king. I love you, but I cannot accompany you to the afterlife." And she turned her back and she walked away. Ouch, the king grabbed his heart. Oh, that hurt. Oh, he says, "Oh, servants, quick, summon my third wife." So the servants went and got his third wife. Now, his third wife, he was so proud of her. He was so very proud of her. Everywhere he went, every time he left his kingdom, Look, he would proclaim, look at my third wife. She's so beautiful. She's so gorgeous. Don't don't you just love her how she looks? And so his third wife, she came to his bedside and she said, "What is it, my king? What is it?" Drawing some breath. He says, "My third wife, you're so beautiful. You're so gorgeous. I've always been so proud of you and I've always proclaimed it everywhere I've went. I am about to die and I am scared to go to the afterlife alone. Will you accompany me to the afterlife?" The third wife, she stepped back, she took a moment and she thought, and then she looked at the king and she said, "I'm sorry, my king. I cannot accompany you. And when you die, I will marry another." She turned her back and she walked away. Oh, the king grabbed his heart. Oh, that hurt. That hurt him. Oh my, that hurt. Oh, he says, "Oh no. Servants, please. Time is drawing near. Please summon my second wife. Please, my second wife." So the servants, they left. They scurried. They went to go get his second wife. Now his second wife, she was always with the king throughout his life, through the good times and the bad times. She was always there, and she always supported him, loved him, and encouraged him. So she came to his bedside. She's, "What is it, my king? What is it?" He said, he's drawing breath. With each breath, death drew nearer and nearer. And the king says, "My second wife, you've always been with me throughout my life, through the good times and the bad. I am about to die. I'm scared to go to the afterlife alone. Will you accompany me to the afterlife?" The second wife, she took a moment. She looked down, she thought, and then she looked at the king and she says, "I'm sorry, my king. I cannot accompany you. I am sorry. I wish I could, but I cannot. What I can do is I can give a loving, I will set up your funeral for you. It will be the most spectacular funeral. Invite everybody from everywhere. I will give a loving and heartfelt eulogy for you at your funeral, and I will mourn for you for a long time. But that's all I can do, my king. I cannot accompany you." And then she turned her back. She walked away. The king grabs her. Death was almost upon him. He wasn't sure what to do. He was looking down, breathing. Just then, the king heard a voice. "I will accompany you, my king." Not sure where the voice came from, he looked. As soon as he recognized upon seeing who it was, he immediately put his head down in shame and embarrassment, for this was his first wife. This was the wife that was always with him, no matter what he did. But, unfortunately, this was also the wife whom he neglected, didn't respect, and didn't give her the proper love and attention and nurturing that she deserved. Drawing his breath, he said as much. He said, my first wife, I should have known it was you all along who was going to accompany me. I'm sorry," he says. "I'm so sorry. I didn't give you that love, that nurture, and that respect that you deserved. And I'm deeply ashamed and regretful. And with that being said, the king drew his last breath. And he died. And he went to the afterlife with his first wife. That king that I speak about, that exquisite, amazing, spectacular king, that's you. That's me. See, we all have 4 wives in our lives. Our 4th wife, whom we love the most, get her heart's desires. That's our bodies. See, we get ourselves nice clothing, jewelry, we eat the nicest foods. But when we die, our bodies don't get to accompany us. They get put in the ground or incinerated. So it's not our 4th wife who gets to come with us. Our 3rd wife, whom we're so proud of, we always proclaim to the world, look, everybody, look. Those are our material items, our homes, our vehicles, all these material things that don't mean nothing. Because when we die, these things don't get to come with us. They get split up and sold amongst other people. Hence, the 3rd wife said she will marry another. Our 2nd wife, always with us through the good times and the bad, always there to support us and encourage us. Those are our family members. Our moms, our dads, our aunties, our cousins, sisters and brothers. They're always there with us throughout our life to support us. But when we die, they don't get to come with us. They will do our funeral, they'll set it up, they'll give a eulogy, and they'll mourn for us. But they don't get to come with us. It's only our first wife who will accompany us to the afterlife. Unfortunately, that's the one who everybody seems to neglect and not give her the proper love and respect and attention, nurturing that she deserves. That's our soul, our spirit. That's who gets to accompany us to the afterlife. So that's why I say to you, choose this day, today, pray, meditate, nurture, respect, and love your soul. Because when that day comes, it's going to be your soul that accompanies us to the afterlife. So that's the story that I wanted to share with you. And there's a little bit of a backstory with that. So one day I was catching the bus, right, the Greyhound bus, and there was about 10 of us on the bus, and they were talking. We're all strangers, and they're talking to this one guy. He had a broken leg, and they're like, "Tell us about your broken leg." He's like, "Oh, it's a short story." And they said, "Well, we want to hear stories." And I'm sitting in the back, and I'm thinking, "Oh my God, this is my time. I'm a storyteller. This is what I do, right?" And he says, "Well, I went hiking and I fell down and I broke my leg." And they were kind of, "That's a short story. That's not a long story." And he kind of laughed. He's like, "Yeah, I guess so." And so I got this courage. I summed up my courage, right? And I said, "I'm a storyteller. I know a story." And everybody just looked and they're like, "Okay." So I proceeded to tell them the story about the king and his 4 wives. And that bus, it was just silent on the way on this bus ride. And so I told this story with so much emotion and enthusiasm and feeling. And then afterwards, they're just like, everybody was just quiet. They're just looking. And this old lady looks at me and she's like, "You should be a speaker. You should be a motivational speaker." And I was like, "I am. Yeah, I am. I work with Straight Up and we do presentations, and I also do presentations on my own, and I'm a storyteller." And she, "Oh, I know about Straight Up. I know Father Andre." And so we proceeded to have this deep discussion, right? But the story is powerful. And when you hear that story and you share it with people, it really makes people think and put things into perspective, right? These things that we think are important to us, they're not. These things don't get to come with us. So, like I said, nurture your soul, love your soul, be good to yourself. That's my story. Peace.